Hi, Ariana. I should say it was my pleasure meeting you earlier today.
Hello, Sadie. The pleasure was mine. I finally got to meet Luke's older sister and wanted to get to know you. I'm sorry that didn't happen. Let's meet again soon and get to know each other better. I'm looking forward to meeting you again.
I appreciate your kindness, but you don't have to. Actually, I contacted you because I have something to say. Is now a good time?
Of course, I'll make time if I don't have it because you're going to be my sister-in-law very soon. Anything for you.
Your sister-in-law? I am?
You're Luke's older sister, so I should call you my sister-in-law, right?
Is that so? Okay then, I'll get comfortable with you.
Sure, please speak to me freely as if I'm your own sister.
Is that so? Alright, I'll do as you say if you say so. There is something I want to say to you, and since you wanted me to think of you as my younger sister, I'll be straightforward about it. I want to make it very clear, so I won't try to put it nicely or anything like that. Break up with my brother immediately. Moreover, I must insist that you never come anywhere near Luke or my family again. Our paths need to diverge, and it's essential to respect our wishes and boundaries.
I beg your pardon? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Even though Luke and I have been together only for a year, we are confident in our trust and love for each other and have decided to get married. Before the wedding, I wanted to meet his family and get to know them in advance. I don't know why you're saying such things, but whatever the reason is, can you give us your blessing? We will make sure to live happily together. If there's anything I need to improve, please tell me and I will work on it.
I'm saying that you can't live happily if you marry my brother and get associated with my family. This is not a mere statement. Can't you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying all this because I care about you. Just trust me and break up with Luke. Never come back to my home and my family. Just turn around and run away in the opposite direction. That's the only way you can survive. You can express gratitude later, but for now, do as I say. Promptly.
Could you tell me why you're saying such things to me? Is there a reason for this? If you reach out to me out of nowhere and just tell me to break up with him, I can't accept it. I deserve an explanation at least. To be honest, your sudden behavior makes me think if this is some sort of joke or a sister-in-law's interference in a marriage proposal. Just like something I've heard about in stories.
Oh, so you're one of those people who can't be reasoned with, huh?
I don't follow you.
You know, the type, those nerds who always follow the rules without any flexibility or sensitivity to others. They may come across as innocent and naive on the surface like a harmless teddy bear, but deep down, they harbor a multitude of hidden motives and agendas, much like a nest of cunning snakes, where you never know how many lie concealed. A two-faced monster, in short.
Excuse me? Did you say cunning snakes and two-faced monster? Don't you think you're being too much right now? We barely met each other for the first time. How much do you know about me to call me a cunning snake and a two-faced monster? You're very rude, and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
How am I being too much? No matter how excessive it may seem, I can't be as too much as you were.
I will choose only Luke. I am in love with him. If you allow us to be together, I promise not to disappoint you and live happily with him, becoming a kind wife to Luke and a wise daughter-in-law to you.
This is what you said to my parents. I can't help but laugh so hard. I admit that you tried to win my parents' favor by flattering them, giving my mom a bouquet of flowers and my dad some nice whiskey. You've been together with my brother only for a year, but you prepared the desserts and enthusiastically try to help with all the kitchen work for my mom. Are you madly in love with my brother who works for Google with a high salary? I'm asking if you can't help but be crazy about him because of his job and money. How madly do you have to be in love with a guy in order for you to go to his mom's kitchen and voluntarily become her assistant when it was your first time meeting her? Do you have any idea how embarrassed, pathetic, and incredulous I felt for you when I saw you acting so shamelessly and audaciously?
I went into the kitchen with the intention of helping your mom because she was working alone there. If my actions made you uncomfortable, I apologize. I never intended to overstep any boundaries. I realize now that I may have been thoughtless. I'll be more careful going forward.
You know what? You're still pretending to be kind and understanding, but look at how you respond without even considering what I have to say. This is exactly why I dislike nerds like you. You act all innocent on the outside, but you're tougher than a steel cable on the inside, never willing to give up. No matter what anyone says, you just stubbornly stick to your own beliefs, only seeing what you want to see and hearing what you want to hear, completely disregarding others around you and driving them away with your arrogant attitude.
Sadie, I can understand that you love your brother deeply, and that might make it seem like I fall short in comparison, and that's okay. However, I want you to know that I'm also the most precious daughter to my parents. I find it quite baffling that I have to hear hurtful words from you, insinuating that I'm some kind of despicable person who deserves such harsh judgment. Isn't it only human to treat someone with more respect and understanding? You can't treat me like crap just because you're Luke's sister. It feels unfair to be labeled as a monster based on such superficial judgments when you don't even know me. I am a kind-hearted person who cares about my family and friends. All I wanted was to get to know your family, including you, since I'll be part of your family pretty soon. But how could you accuse me of being something that I'm not? You are a mother raising a child and should be more considerate and compassionate in your words. How would you feel if years down the line your own daughter went to her prospective in-laws to offer her marriage greetings and faced such merciless attacks from her prospective sister-in-law? You know, karma is real. You reap what you sow. If you put yourself in my shoes, the answer should be clear. Instead of lashing out at someone without any consideration for their feelings, wouldn't it be better to approach the situation with empathy? I thought I had been polite and respectful enough toward you, so I am genuinely puzzled as to why you harbor such intense animosity toward me. Let's try to understand each other's perspectives and treat each other with kindness and empathy, as that's what creates harmonious relationships and fosters understanding among people.
Your whole mindset of trying to rationalize everything in the world is just game over. Is there a reason for hating someone? I just hate you. I don't need to reason myself. You're as short as a Welsh corgi and you lack any trace of femininity. Yet you somehow ended up getting engaged to my impressive brother who has it all from his handsome appearance to smart brain. I can't bear to see you living happily with him, even happier than I am. As a single mother, I have to struggle and endure my own family's negativity. It infuriates me that you can live comfortably with my brother who earns $150,000 a year. What is so different about you and me that makes us end up in very opposite places from each other?
So, long story short, you're saying you're jealous of me, aren't you? Well, understood. I don't think I need to say another word. If you say you hate me so much, please excuse me. Luke?
Hey, my parents couldn't love you more. I knew they would love you.
Glad to hear that. I guess it was just your sister.
My sister? What about her?
I just got text messages from her.
What did she say? She didn't say anything offensive, did she?
Well, she told me to stay away from you and your parents. She told me to break up with you immediately.
She makes a mess after all.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. I'm so sorry, honey. I can't imagine how upset you must be right now. I want to be crystal clear that you don't need to pay even the slightest attention to what my sister says. Just let it go in one ear and out the other. Responding to the words of someone mentally unstable will only mess with your own mind, even for a mentally stable person. So, just ignore everything she says, alright?
Mentally unstable? Is she having a mental problem?
No, it's not like schizophrenia or anything. It's depression. She recklessly turned away from our family at a relatively young age. She got pregnant and even got rejected by the baby's father, but still gave birth to a child as an unmarried woman. She doesn't have any set of skills and she's not capable of making a living for herself and her daughter, which is why she lives with us. But still, despite her own mistakes, she acts hysterical, jealous and aggressive towards me and my parents, refusing to acknowledge her wrongdoings. Every time I was dating someone, she would meddle and drive girls away, eventually making them break up with me. Just seeing her blatant selfishness sends shivers down my spine. That's why I remained single and couldn't get married until now at the age of 30. You are different from all the other women that I've met so far. You have a composed, calm, and strong-willed personality that remains unfazed by external influences. I believe that with you, I can smoothly progress without being swayed by the devilish schemes of my sister. I trust that our wedding will proceed seamlessly, and I have no doubt about it. Don't disappoint my faith, Ariana. We're still planning to hold the wedding as scheduled next month, right? I can trust you, right?
Okay, understood. Anyway, please tell your parents that it was an honor to meet them today. I was quite nervous before meeting them for the first time, and now I feel a bit tired. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Sleep well, my love.
You too, darling.
Hi, Sadie. It's Ariana.
What is this? I clearly told you that I hate you. I thought you had nothing more to say to me. I told you to stay away from my brother, but why are you so disgustingly persistent, refusing to leave? Are you looking for something in particular?
I'm going to break up with him.
You finally came back to your senses. Oh, I'm glad you finally understood.
Luke is a guy who treats his sister as disposable and insignificant, not even considering her as a human being, just because she's from a different mother. Marrying him is out of the question when he views women as mere prey solely because he is good-looking and has a good job. During the time I spent with him, there were occasional moments when I felt something was off, but I dismissed it as just a feeling. However, it turns out that it wasn't just my imagination. Even when I talked to him after our conversation, he tried to manipulate me by repeatedly saying that I'm different from other girls and asking if he could just trust me. As for his mom, I cannot accept a wicked mother-in-law who pretends to be kind on the outside but abuses her stepdaughter, in fact. She knew about your existence when she married your father, but despite that, she has been mistreating you even more after giving birth to Luke. I cannot imagine being part of a family of monsters like them. Claire is about to come home from school, right? And your parents just left home, didn't they? This is your chance, and you've only got one shot. Listen to me carefully, okay? Pack your and Claire's stuff briefly and come out of that house right now. I'm waiting for you in the Costco parking lot right across from your house. I'm in my car. My car is a black Honda Accord. Come quickly and get in my car. Let's go pick up Claire and get the hell away from here.
What the hell are you talking about? I really have no clue what you're trying to say. Why would I get in your car? You wouldn't seriously try to kidnap me just because I said I didn't want you to marry my brother, would you? Even if you did kidnap me, it would be pointless, so don't even bother yourself. I will do whatever it takes to prevent this marriage from happening, no matter what.
I did some research on you. I've looked into everything about you. I know why you're living as a single mother when you were never married, why you cried while hugging Claire when she asked you to buy her candy from the convenience store. And I also found out why you said such harsh words to me and tried to stop me from marrying Luke. I know the reasons behind all of it through my investigations.
What? Why in the world did you do that? How did you figure it all out?
Well, a few days ago, when I visited your house, it felt a bit strange. Your parents were very kind to me, but somehow it felt awkward. I realized that this awkwardness was somehow related to your presence. When your mother offered you fruit, her facial expressions, tone of voice, and actions seemed unnatural, and even the way you accepted the fruit seemed uncomfortable. Claire is barely 4 years old, but she seemed uncomfortable around other family members, except when she was by your side, her mother. It struck me as odd, and I became curious about the reason behind it. Maybe it's because of my unique background as the daughter of the owner of a private investigation office for 30 years, or simply my curiosity. So I asked a favor from one of my father's investigators, who's the best investigator there is, to discreetly look into it.
Why did you engage in such unnecessary actions? If you had investigated my family, you would know better than anyone else how deeply messed up we are. Then why pretend to care and try to associate yourself with such people? Instead, you should cut ties with us as soon as possible and run away in the opposite direction without looking back. Don't meddle and get yourself in a dangerous position.
Well, I am a nerd burning with a sense of justice, as you can tell. I can't just let things slide when I see someone in a difficult situation. It is not in my nature. You said that to me the other day, didn't you? I'm the kind of person who can't just go with the flow, who lacks the ability to read the atmosphere, and who sticks to predefined rules. So I'm trying to handle your current situation in a textbook manner.
No matter how you put it, I am not going anywhere. I couldn't even finish high school, and all I got is my child. How do you expect me to do anything? Nobody would offer me a job when I'm a high school dropout. Besides, the truth is, I'm not well. In this unfavorable situation involving my health and family, I'm barely getting through each day only because of Claire, who means everything to me. How am I supposed to leave home and live elsewhere with this body and mind? For me, it doesn't matter how things turn out, but when I think about my daughter, it becomes a different story. I appreciate your concern and willingness to help, but these principled, nerd actions driven by a sense of justice might be better for someone else. It will be beneficial for you too, because I'm someone without hope or determination.
That is not true. For the sake of Claire, you should consider leaving your family even more. Raising Claire within such a family dynamic is causing her significant harm. Just the fact that she's growing up in such an environment is already a deep wound for her. I know about your childhood, how your mother passed away when you were in kindergarten and you lived with your stepmother. Even before your upper elementary school years, you were doing household chores from cooking to cleaning and living like a slave. Your stepmother even prevented you from attending high school, insisting you go anywhere to work as a mere middle school graduate. She later pressured you to marry a wealthy old man against your will, leading to your pregnancy. However, it eventually came up on the surface that he was a married man with a wife and children. Your stepmother arranged for him to pay a large sum of money to her, and in return, she ensured he didn't have to marry you, ultimately leaving you as a single mother. I know all of this. You've endured a life of mistreatment and manipulation from a very young age, and I understand that breaking free from them isn't easy. But for the sake of your daughter, you need to summon the courage. You can do it. You can seek help from professionals, receive treatment for depression, find a job, and start a new life. I am here to support you every step of the way. Leave your miserable past behind and embark on a new journey with me. Accepting my help will not just benefit you, but Claire as well.
No, I'm an utterly incapable person who can't do anything. I only know how to cook, clean, do laundry. I never even had a part-time job until I was 35, and I've never earned a single penny. On top of that, I'm mentally unstable with depression. What can I possibly do? Even the cell phone I'm using right now, my maternal grandmother had to scrape her money together to secretly buy me one because she felt bad about me. I occasionally communicate only with her using this phone. I have no friends, and I'm the most unlucky woman in the world, where even my relatives turn their backs on me. So why would you help me? Someone who's been rejected by her own family when you're a complete stranger. Luke and my parents will go nuts and might harm you if they find out that you even offered to help me. I don't want you to get into trouble because of me.
I don't care because I can handle them. You don't need to worry about that. Even if you've been the unluckiest woman in the world until now, wouldn't meeting me be the start of your good fortune? Don't you think God felt bad about you and sent me to you as a nobleman? Is it funny to hear me refer to myself as a nobleman? I'll take responsibility for my words. I believe I can be your benefactor. I'll be the one to bring an end to your difficult and tiring life. Come to my parents' house. Let's go there together right now. My parents are busy running their business and need someone to help with their household chores. It will make them happy if cute and adorable Claire comes along. Put an end to being the free housekeeper for your devilish family and come to my parents' house. You can earn money there, receive medical treatment for your illness, and buy Claire anything she wants. You can do it. Trust me and take the hand I'm offering you.
Are you sure? Do you believe I can pull it off? Can I do it?
Yes, you can. When a nerd says you can. Trust me. By the way, I'll consider you a friend from this point on rather than a sister-in-law. That should be okay with you, right? I won't have any reason to see that insane guy ever again, so I won't call you my sister-in-law anymore. Sadie, my friend, can I trust you to come out right now?
Yes, I will do that. I'll gather the courage for the sake of my daughter. Thank you for reaching out your hand to me.
Thank you for taking my hand. After what happened, I brought Sadie and Claire to my parents' house, and even after 3 years have passed, she continues to assist with their household chores and responsibilities. Throughout this time, she has woven herself into the fabric of our family, becoming a cornerstone of support and positivity. Contrastingly, my ex-fiancé, who displayed behavior akin to a demon, persistently called me, criticizing my involvement in other people's family matters and creating conflict. Nevertheless, I remain steadfast in my commitment to protecting and prioritizing Sadie and Claire above all else. Through her journey of seeking treatment for depression, a remarkable transformation has taken place. Sadie has grown brighter, more confident, and found solace in herself. It's the symphony of Claire's laughter that resonates throughout our home that paints the most vivid picture of their happiness together. It's laughter that echoes the joyous bond they share, casting a healing light upon each of us. My mother, liberated from heavy burdens of household chores thanks to Sadie's organizational skills, now finds more time to engage in activities she loves. My father's face is perpetually adorned with a smile, often ignited by Claire's endearing playfulness. Meanwhile, my own life has undergone a transformation as well. I severed ties with Luke from my past and have embarked on a new romantic journey with a kind and nurturing man I met at work. Sadie perceives me as a noble figure, someone who gallantly rescued her from a precarious situation, but in truth, she's the one who saved me from the abyss of despair. Her unwavering support, love, and understanding have elevated her to the status of a true benefactor and nobleman in my life. This extraordinary bond, forged in adversity and nurtured by shared experiences, is one that I intend to honor and cherish for the rest of my days. My commitment to Sadie and the bright future we're building together remains unwavering, fueled by the genuine love and respect we have for one another. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.